Hey, welcome, greetings everyone. It is FleaCon, and you know I'm happy to be back. Welcome, welcome. On our last episode, we read through the first of a new kind of mini side adventure where we're looking at the old strategy guides for World of Warcraft. We talked about some of the emotes and some of the elite speak that was they felt had to be taught to the general consumer back then, which is now just common parlance. We've also been playing through Shalasir here, as she tries to wrap up Ashenvale, but there are some personal goals that I have that she has that we're going to get into, and I'll get into that with you guys right now. So stay a while and listen as we jump into her world. Okay, so I have been on a good run where I've been making a video every day, and then I had 2 days in a row where I didn't make a video, and I'm disappointed in that. So here's what happened there. The first day, last time we were with Shalasir a few days ago, my plan was to get into her levels, and she's obviously having issues with this loading. It's annoying. I don't even know what some of that is. Like, why is that grayed out? I don't know. It's because it's saying it's not there. We're going to have to log out and then log back in. It does this sometimes when you update Questy. So my plan was to take old Shalasir here and run her through Black Fathom Deeps next. So that was it, and that was what was going to be in my head. She has all the quests, she's ready to roll. And then, when I was just about to make my video a couple nights ago, I realized, you know what, it's probably a little bit more appropriate, and it would be a good ramp up for her to do, I don't know why that is tapped, but now it's not appearing there. It's kind of weird. I don't know what the deal is with all that. That's the question, that the quest we just can't beat yet. We need to level up a little bit first. And then I realized, hey, we should do stocks first. So we need to do stockades, and then I thought, well, everybody, all 5 characters need to do stockades, and I realized it's going to take some strategic planning on my part to figure that out. So first, we need to look and see, she doesn't have any of the stockades quests. So she's going to need to do some, she needs to get the Stormwind first and foremost. So I guess let's go to, that's just a Hearth to Ashtanar. That's not going to be very helpful. Well, she's not coming back here anytime soon. So I guess I will, yeah, I will Hearth, even though it's only going to save me a minute or so of walking. So I realized I'm going to need to do 5, I'm going to somehow need to break this up into 5 sets, or we are not going, we're going to do like I wanted to avoid doing, which is what we used to have to do, where I did the content on one character, and then there was all this rotational content where I did not do it with anybody else. So what we're going to do is we are going to do, so basically I realized I needed some planning. So then I did the planning, I made a plan. We're going to fly to Ruthrun Village because I believe that is where we can get...
I don't have enough money.
Oh my gosh.
Be careful.
Poor girl. You're broke. Maybe we'll just go kill a couple things. She's just about to level up to 25 anyway, so we'll just go ahead and do that. Why not? Like because she is... Look at this, it's also a little bit off. I also had to update that, whatever that voiceover mod or whatever. So my thinking is, okay, first of all, the dungeon is a short dungeon, so it's not entirely outside of the realm of possibility to be like, okay, we're gonna we'll just run the dungeon a few times. But one, I knew that old Shalasir here was not at all ready to do it. Like, she has not really been to Stormwind much at all. So I just figured, you know, this is we got nothing from that, of course. So I felt like, okay, well, we could have a video where we kind of talk it out. It might be a little bit more boring video, but we could talk it out, plan it, and then she could travel, and that would be one video where she did it off camera. So she just got a couple items there, perhaps between the two of them, if she sells them, that will be enough. The 3 silver that I need. So that's what we're going to do in this episode, and then off camera I'll run it. So then I will pick one of the characters to actually run through the stockades with. Just straight up run it. Don't worry anything about the lore of the quest, just experiencing the run itself. Okay, that still leaves me 3 characters. So we could then do an immediate, like, oh gosh, it sells for nothing. Okay, so there you go. That's enough money altogether. I could do the immediate, like, turn in and discuss for what happens right after the dungeon. There's also a small chance that we don't bust it all out in one go, because, let's actually look, because I can't quite remember the Warcraft Classic, Darnassus to Stormwind. How can you do that? So head to the portal and travel from, once the player needs to go to Aberdeen, boat from Longwash to Menethil. Okay, so I need to schedule to request a stop. No, actually, undo that. Dang it. That's going to stop her at... No, that should work. That's going to stop her at Aberdeen. So then we're going to need to go from Menethil to flying to Ironforge, and then we can take the trams. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt, but it's not the end of the world. So we'll take this journey together, and then we'll also pick up the quest. So let's also kind of take a look at classic Stockades quests. So we will actually, just in the picking up of these quests, it's going to be a little bit of, there are 6 quests. Okay, so there are these 5, and then the Stockades Riots. Starts with the unsent letter. Okay, so the unsent letter is just a quest also that you get right off the bat. So we can do that. There's Quell the Uprising. You get that one, I believe, as soon as you hit the entrance to Stockades. What comes around, this is a quest that you get from Red Ridge. That's the one that we need to do. The Fury runs deep. I didn't even freaking realize that that was a quest. So this is actually good, because I didn't do this, pick this quest up with some of my other characters, so it's kind of good to know that I have to do this. So when we're in the wetlands, that'll give us time a little bit to earn some money, but also we're going to have to go pick that up. So just picking these quests up is actually going to take us a little bit of time, considering, so this will be good, because it'll be, hey, what if you wanted to run the stocks and do all the quests? Well, we're going to, 1, get the lore, and 2, we're going to show what it's like to pick it up. It'll actually take us a decent amount of time. So we run the stocks, and then 2, we'll have one, I think, maybe I'll do one where I go and I turn in, we do kind of a post-op and post-mortem on the thing, and maybe I go and I'll turn in that Red Ridge and this wetlands one. Oily Blackmouth, she could use some of that, but I don't remember where.
Hello.
On the northern dock, from across the southern dock. So we need to go here. This will take us a while. Let's go. Okay, so the northern dock, I guess, that's how you get to Ruthven, and then this is the one that will take us to whatever. And I think she needs to fish, so she could do the same kind of deal while we're waiting. So, Yeah, so that's actually, there you go. So I'll do a second character. I don't remember if I'd have to glance through who was the person that ran. Man, I would really have to look back and see who did the Dead Mines. I'd have to look through the channel. I really don't remember who we even ran the Dead Mines with. We'd have to go back and look at like Westfall, and there's Wailing Caverns, Dead Mines. There's my Ret Paladin. Okay. So unfortunately for me, we did it with Erator because that's a fun one to do. But hey, it is what it is. I didn't even fish one time. I was too busy. I was too distracted. Okay, so we won't do the dungeon with Erator on camera. I'll pick somebody else. I'm not sure exactly who I want. We could do it. It's not going to be her either because she's going to run this off camera. We could do... really, we could do any of them. Whatever I felt like doing. But we'll run through. And I don't necessarily know that I will actually... Someone's going to have to go pick up all these quests. So maybe I'll have Maleficent be the one that picks up all of the quests because she's the only one doing the wetlands. And she did Red Ridge. So she's a good candidate for the immediate post-op where we go... Actually, so is... No, not Nessingwary. Okay, so that means we could run the dungeon itself with Nessingwary. And then Maleficent could then be the following episode where we turn in the first couple parts, so that's 3. Then we will need to do... There's some in Stormwind turning in. There's a chain of kind of running around. And we could just do that with whoever. Like we could do that with Callie, I guess. And then we also send Callie back to wherever she's supposed to go next. I don't even remember where she went to. All this takes a lot of... Back to Duskwood, so that's actually not a bad one for her. So she could kind of just run around Stormwind for a while. Because ultimately what happens is once you turn these quests in, then there's a small chain where you're running around in Stormwind back and forth, and you actually end up getting some really cool lore that really finally puts a bow on and wraps up and basically finalizes the Defius chain of events. So we will have to kind of drag our feet and stretch it out a little bit. Some of the episodes will be shorter than others. A lot will be discussion, but at least we will touch base and be able to kind of recap how it went. I could do some highlights at least about my experiences and how it went with each thing. So let's see if there's any prereqs for this quest. It starts up there. Motley Garmason. Any comments? It just says you have to complete a quest before this is offered. You have to complete the quest. Which one? The Dark Iron War. Slay 15 Dark Irons, Tunnelers, Saboteurs, Demolitionists. Okay, screw that. Not going to do that. So... maybe I'll skip. Well, maybe we'll do that with Maleficent. Maybe with Maleficent we will recap picking up some of the stuff that we need. So now we've got to fly. I've got to take this flight path. Again, I'm probably going to need to sell some things. Yeah, that's a little bit different with the questie. That gossip is just scrolling its way through. Because I don't know that I want her necessarily having to do all this. So that's a good pickup. So this, I guess this mission, she's just going to kind of go do some of the quests. Not all of them. And she'll do the very easy to pick up ones in Stormwind. And then just touch base with... we'll just kind of look at some of those. And with Maleficent, we'll go... Oh my gosh, I don't know any freaking flight paths connected to this. You've got to be kidding me. So I picked this up and I have no flight paths connected to it. Why on earth? Why? It's a sad day for me because I haven't been there. That's a bummer. Okay, so there you go. So this is going to be a little bit of a journey. Because now she's got to walk all the way there. And we'll just kind of chit-chat for a little bit. But this would be, I guess, instead, let's look at it this way. Instead of a mission where we pick up every quest, this is going to be an example of how you would take a character that was in Kalimdor and bring them to do the Stockades. So, you need to get to Ruthven Village, which that's pretty easy if you are in Kalimdor. Then you need to take the boat over to Menethil Harbor. And if you're like me and you have yet to open up the flight path, that means this character, I must have not even been to Stormwind yet, unless I took a port. And we're going to need to make a long run here and pick up that. That's such a fat bummer. And then we'll... So I'm just going to pick up the easy quests for her. There's a few, but I don't even know that I'm going to... Yeah, we'll pick them up right now on camera. I still think even with all of these things combined, this episode will still probably come in at like 30 minutes or whatever, and most of it's going to be this run that we do right now. Okay, so this is what we'll do. We'll take her, then we will take Maleficent, and she will... That will be our next mission, and we'll take Maleficent, who is getting ready to do Wetlands, I believe. Yeah, she's here already. And she should already have the Red Ridge quest, so we'll kind of take a peek about which quest she has. She should have most of them, because she did Red Ridge Mountains. And she should either have or have access to all of the other quests. And we will go up in Wetlands, and we'll do that one quest on camera. Kill that, and then pick up step 2. And then, I wonder why... Let's see, what is this one saying? Is there a prereq for this one? Opens up. Doesn't say necessarily go through the inn. But decided here that it doesn't really say. This guy says at level 29 I soloed it. It was barely possible. I don't know. Requires the... Oh, that's why it's not... It requires you to be level 25. I was going to say, I don't know, it's not appearing on Questy, because you have to be level 25 to pick the quest up. That is why. And at level 25, it is a difficult quest. So we are going to need to kill these guys. They're level 28 guys. Level 31 guys. Yikes. So it's a toughie. This is going to be tough for old Millie. I don't remember what level she is, but she should be able to do it. And actually, we're kind of at this tough point because I want to do this stuff with old Jalasir and my other characters. But like, you look at some of this stuff, the final quest is also tough because, yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself. So we'll do this. We'll fight our way through it. That'll be Maleficent's thing. Doing that one quest, picking that up. And talking about the quest that she picks up. Then we'll do maybe Nesting Larry on camera, where he actually just does the dungeon. We'll talk about the different things that we've done. Then that will allow us to take a quest on... take a mission where we just recap and turn stuff in, and we'll do that with Callie. And then the final quest, we'll wrap it up with Erator, because he could probably handle it for sure. The final quest is a quest line within the city. You run and you do a couple silly things. And then you do have to kill 2 regular mobs. One's a level 30, one's a level 31. And the reward is a nice blue ring and a nice chunk of lore. So this is going to create a hiccup. This is going to be our Stockades set of episodes, 5 episodes. And if you think about the fact that we alternate with the strategy guide onto the side, so we basically have a 10-episode run right now. So this is going to be our life for the next week and a half. Really just exploring the Stockades. My life will be Stockades when I play with this. The other part that hit me on Monday was I cracked open retail, and I'm really into, it's kind of silly, but really into the dragon flying races. Like, I'm obsessed with getting gold on every single race, and I'm just a super try hard with it. And so they opened up these challenges on it, and I just did the first one, and I suck because, I mean, I'm a little rusty. I haven't been playing that much, but it took me like 2 straight hours to get gold in one of them. So I think I'll get better now, but it just requires such... None of the others were anywhere close to that for me. It just requires such a... Almost like a... You could say, okay, it requires a deep understanding of... Down to like the frame rate of how the dragon racing works. Sure. But it's a pain. Like, it's challenging, and I think I'll be better now. It just requires you to do different things I was not used to anymore. And I think ideally, if you look at the way these quests are, really what you need to be doing is, you play this game, don't do like what I'm doing. Either go zone to zone and do every zone, and then you'll be more than fine. Or you really need to do like part of a zone, then switch to another zone, do part of a zone, then switch to another zone, and do part of a zone. It's not really designed to just run through one zone in order. The game wants you to like go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, which I don't like that. It goes against my completionist nature, but it's the way that we're doing it now makes for a lot of grinding and stress, and that's probably avoidable. And it absolutely will be we will approach it differently when we reboot into Burning Crusade / Wrath of the Lich King Classic. So then, anyway, so I made all that plan. I had to sit here and really, even right now, you can see I'm kind of torn, and I'm going back and forth about the best way to do this. I put some thought, then I was about to throw it to the side and just do Black Fathom Deeps, and then I'm like, man, but technically there are some quests for Black Fathom Deeps that are even a couple levels higher, and why is Stockades? Well, the reason why Stockades is recommended, even though you could handle it right now, like I could take her in and do the dungeon as part of a group and be fine, it's because these quests, there are quests that are really only suitable if you're closer to level 30. I just don't want to hold anything up anymore. I want to be able to do it. And same thing with Black Fathom Deeps. There's a couple quests that are like level 32. So, then I was ready, all set to do it last night, and it was literally probably, if you notice on these nights, I usually start around 9:30ish on the server time, because these on the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, these are when my wife works, so I get the whole household settled, get the youngest kid in bed, and then before I do anything, like this is daddy's time to chill, before I switch over and get too zonked on shows or whatever, or get sucked in just playing a video game on my own, I make sure, hey, let's go make a video. And it was probably about like 9:10 or 9:15. We have really bad storms on the East Coast right now. And it was 9:10 or 9:15, and lightning knocked the internet out in my whole neighborhood. And so then, and it's a work night, and today was a really, really key day at work. So I had to go in early. I knew I was going to have to go in early today. So when the Spectrum, the cable internet company, sends the automated text, and it's like, we should have the internet going back up by like around 11:30. I was like, that is going to be tight. I'm not sure. But I sat and I was just listening to podcasts and just playing on my phone and stuff, and I was still on the fence about whether I was gonna try and squeeze one out. Then about 11 o'clock, it comes through. Guess what? You no. Now retrend that estimate to 11:30.
Talk to me.
And then I was like, nah, I'm done. All right. So apparently we have not even been to Ironforge. So we have this flight path. We are connecting this. This is our one-time problem. I hate this about Classic. It's annoying. When you don't do every level in order, this becomes a huge problem. When you're going from zone to zone, it's still a problem. No matter what you do, it's still a problem at least once, because if you want to stay level appropriate with the zones, you've got to do this. So we've been almost 10 minutes, but we made it to Thelsmar. Now we've got to run to Ironforge, take the tram, and we will at least start. We'll pick up a couple of the quests to get her ready to roll, and then that will be it for tonight. And then, like I said, on the next episode, we'll take Millie, and we'll have her work in the wetlands a little bit, and it will most likely take the majority of the time just her doing that quest. So, you know, we might not even do, might not do any quest pickup. It might be, rather than dividing my quest, yeah, I might just do that. So this episode, you can almost think of it like an intro. Just a discussion, planning meeting, and I won't do any quest pickup. And then Millie can just do the one where she's picking up the quest. What the freak? Oh, what, I must have... I went too far. The Searing Gorge. Okay, requires a key to Searing Gorge. I didn't even know that was a thing. Alright, so I missed... I really thought that was a... Guess not. Alright, so... Guess it's been a little minute since I was here. Yeah, so you know what? I won't pick up any quests, and then... We'll do a mission. We'll do Millie. Get her in wetlands, pick up that quest. And then also help her pick up the quest in the red. She should already have the quest in from Red Ridge Mountains. So we'll at least talk about that one. We'll go over where it would have got, and then we'll just pick that one up. And then I'll do a third quest, say with Callie. Let's do that one for Callie, where she just shows kind of where you would pick up all the other quests. Then we will do a quest with Nessingwary, where he runs the dungeon, and then we'll do the post stuff, post quest line with Erator, because I want my strongest character, because there's a chance that some of these guys won't be able to complete this quest. Like, I don't know, even if she, you know, should level up right now 25, probably by the end of stocks, she'll be close to 26 by the time she turns in some quests. I don't know at 26 that she can take on a level 30 and a level 31 at the same time. I don't know that it's possible. I mean, so all of these people, she's kind of our weakest character, I think. I mean, whatever, she has some utility. It's not impossible, but it is going to be tough. That's kind of a big spike in power. Not sure that it's going to work out. But alright, so as we saw, you've got to go, you do the walk, and you can just walk all the way down to Aberdeen, pick up that flight path while you're there. Then you got to keep on walking through the tunnel until you're in Dune Morag, and keep on walking. There's no flight path in here except in Ironforge, so we keep on walking. Oh, but she can at least turn in some of these Nomergon quests that she has while she's here. This will help later on when we do Nomergon. Nomergon is actually the next one. This is, again, Nomergon is one that all of them will do when we get there. I'll push that one a little bit. Same thing, Scarlet Monastery is all kind of that as well. So really, not until we're ready to run Razorfen Crawl. So as we start to get people finishing Thousand Needles, that's when our hand will be forced, and we'll have to come back and do Nomergon. I mean, we might do it before then, but there's no real zone. Like this right now, the fact that we're in Ashenvale and we're going to get to a finishing point with that's what's kind of forcing our hand. Or conversely, if we get to be around level 38, Nomergon, Scarlet Monastery, Graveyard. Those are 38. I mean, not minimum. That's like a you'll be straight on level. You could easily do them a couple levels below that. A couple, like if she was level 28, even or she was like 27 right now, I'd be feeling golden because by the time she finished stock, she'd be about 28. I'd feel confident about beating those two people. And she's basically, for all intents and purposes, she's level 25. So, yeah, but she's about 3 levels lower than I would want her to be, and that's a big gap. Make it a PR run tonight? Can't think. Princess? Probably not. It's capital P. It's most likely a ranger. Alright, so we need to get ourselves up to, I don't know, where Storm Iron Forge. You can see it off in the distance. There's Karanos. Diremole North. Alright, so, yeah, so, I mean, we've spent, so just so you know, if you're planning your life like this, we are about a half an hour into this run, and that's just traveling from Azeroth to do the Stockades. So you're gonna need to give yourself at least a half an hour if you just want to run there just to do the dungeon, not mess around with anything else, if you've not been this way before. I mean, obviously you could just get someone to port you, which is what it is. Balanced Druid. I would not say we're a balanced Druid. Look at this. Any marabous? I don't know what I'm doing. I passed it. I had to, yeah. Guess you could shave a couple minutes off if you're not a dingbat like me. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with the old girl here. I'll try. What I'll do is I'll get a group. I'll run the dungeon, and I will then I'll take that quest as far as I can go. That quest line after for the ring. On my own, but I don't know. She might get stuck, in which case she'll have to go run a little bit more content and come back and do it, or never do it. I don't know. But yeah, while we're in here, we could turn in this Clockmort's Essentials. So that's one tiny thing we should do. It's just a breadcrumb about we picked that one. I don't even remember where we picked that up. Must be from Ashenvale. Alright, so she has made it to Ironforge. First time ever for her. And we're gonna have to take the tram on the way. Let's pick up a flight path while we're here. And then hop the tram. The tram's not that long. And then we will go, once we get into Stormwind proper, that's it. That's gonna be a wrap on the episode. Off camera, I'll go pick the... well, actually, you know what? I could go pick up the quests real quick, but what's the point in that? And then off camera, I'm gonna try it. Like I said, I'm gonna try and run it myself. Try and run it, turn some stuff in. Bada bing, bada boom. If anyone has quests that they could share, that'd be great. When I'm in there. Alright, so we got that flight path. My journeyers, this is what we go through. We've made our journey, Cranberries. We've done our journey to Old Eastern Kingdom's Ironforge. We're almost to Stormwind. When we get to Stormwind, we got to make sure we get the flight path there, because she's probably never been that one. Alright, so let's talk to old Clockmort.
My, you're a tall one.
I do need help with a mission into Nomergon, and you're just the druid to do it.
Alrighty then.
That leveled her up.
Seeing you.
So,
I do. Hey, a non-universal mechanical.
Oh, now you press play on it. So 12 essential artificials. I don't know if that's like. I think you can pick that one up without that breadcrumb. I literally think that's just a breadcrumb. What's her? Oh, she's picking up this. So now I've got that 80% chance to shift. So that's pretty good. That's pretty solid. That essentially means more likely than not. Like, she might get a bad luck, but it'll be worth her popping over the rotation to build the energy, and just like 1 out of every 5 times it won't work. So she's getting there, and at level 26 she'll be able to potentially learn some new powers. She is broke right now. She can't learn junk right now. So she made it 1 whole level. Oh, it's because I bought that cookbook. Even so, we'd have about less than gold. Alright, but we've just about done it. And she'll get a little bit from the stocks quests. But yeah, homegirl is certainly broke. Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, when we do if you just do every zone, which, geez Louise, I really wish I would have done it this way now. It is not worth trying it with every character. This strategy that I did, it's admirable, but it is creating just a whole mess of inconveniences, such as not being able to get all your powers, being broke a lot with a lot of characters, the traveling being an issue, the lack of coherence with each character, with each zone storyline, because we were jumping around so much. Just live and learn, you know. So this is kind of, even though this is really taking a long time, it's a learning experience, and the show will improve because of it, and I'm happy about that. And there's no need to rush it. We're gonna stick it through because we're kind of committed at this point. We're almost halfway through the game. I guess not quite. Really not quite. But okay. All right, so we made it to Stormwind. I'll go run and pick up the flight path to Stormwind while I'm here. I'm not going to read the quest because we're going to do that with a different character, but we could at least kind of peek at some of the quests that are available. We did open up quests. So right here, that's a Nomergon quest. Oh brother, collecting memories. That's for dead mines. Now this Color of Blood, that is one of the quests, so we need to pick that one up. This is a person that pats around here. And then there is actually, I don't think the Speaking Fortitude one is one. That's not it. Yeah, no, that's a couple there. There's another one, it's like an unsent letter, it's called. We need to pick that one up for sure. Yeah, we'll get the Color of Blood again without reading it, but this is the obligatory get X amount of bandanas quest. So we gotta pick that up. Then I'm gonna keep, there you go, there she is. It says she pats, but if you look, like, she's kind of chilling in one spot. Alright, so we got her. We're gonna go pick up the and the reason why I'm showing you the pickup is because most of my other characters will already have some of these. So, in case we miss, you're curious about where they're at, I wanted to kind of show that. Right here we have Call the Uprising. We're just kind of scanning Wool, Morin, Noble Brew, Overspark. Speaking of Fortitude, that's Metallurgy quest. Yeah, so I don't know where Unsent Letter is. It did say that's one of the main quests you need. Let's check this one out. So we had this. It starts with the Unsent Letter. It says, oh, you turn it in there. Oh, you have to beat Dead Mines to even get this quest. So she's already shot. She couldn't do anything. Only characters that have completed the Dead Mines dungeon are good to go. So, That is not her. So she's got that one quest that she can pick up, and she'll get one more, and then maybe there's one in there. But really, she probably could have gone to Red Ridge and picked the other one up, but I'm not even really worried about it. So she's just gonna run it just for some XP. But all right, so cool on that. That's it. I think this is a good stopping place for this Chica, and then I'm just going to run the quest with her real quick. She might not even be, honestly, she might not be eligible to do the quest that opens up the big ring because she hasn't had the cool stuff. I don't think she will be. So I won't even have to stress about that with her. This is the Stockades. All right, thank you guys. We got another episode in the pipe. 5x5. I appreciate you so much. And I will see you next time on the next episode of Lore of Warcraft.